Hi there. Our next card is the Nine of Swords. Traditionally, when upright, this card can point towards anxiety, fear, worry, sleepless nights, guilt, regret, mental anguish, overthinking, worst case scenarios, inner torment, emotional overwhelm, isolation and suffering, silent despair, trauma resurfacing, or psychological shadow work. When reversed, this card can point towards release from anxiety, facing inner demons, seeking help, healing old wounds, suppressed fear surfacing, avoiding or denying mental distress, or potential for inner breakthrough. 9 symbolizes nearing completion, attainment, and the final test before a breakthrough. Here it represents the climax of mental suffering, a point where something must give. It's a reminder that suffering can't continue indefinitely. It's a shift. It reminds you that a shift is imminent or needed, or it lets you know a shift is imminent or needed. So, as part of the Suit of Swords, this card deals with the mind for the element of air. So, it deals with the mind, thoughts, and communication. The Nine of Swords shows the darker side of the air. So, there's excessive mental activity, self criticism, rumination, and mental burnout. It's air without grounding. It shows you that air without grounding can become overwhelming, cutting, and chaotic. Astrologically, this card represents Mars and Gemini. Mars brings action and aggression. Gemini brings the intellect and duality. So this pairing intensifies mental stress, inner arguments, and explosive or racing thoughts. A restless mind caught in internal battles and hyper analysis is what this card represents. Symbolically, you'll see a person sitting upright in their bed with their hands covering their face. This represents grief, anxiety, or trauma surfacing in the quiet of night. You'll see that there's 9 swords hanging on the wall. This is symbolic of intrusive thoughts, fears, or memories hanging over them. You'll see a quilt with roses and astrological symbols. This suggests cosmic or subconscious themes, such as spiritual or karmic burdens. The dark background represents isolation, sorrow, and despair that feel more intense in solitude. And then the bed serves as a symbol as well. It represents the personal or private self that this pain is suffered in silence. When asked yes or no, this card can indicate no, or it could mean no, indicating mental turmoil or fear, or that fear is clouding your judgment. When reversed, it may suggest not yet, but with potential for improvement. When it comes to timing, this card is often linked to sleepless nights, late hours, or periods of internal unrest, and it may also point to the last phase before a breakthrough or surrender. You'll see in this card that the figure faces inward, indicating reflection or withdrawal, and the darkness implies the need to turn inward to confront pain before clarity can be reached. So, what's the story of this card? The Nine of Swords tells the story of someone haunted by their thoughts, perhaps even guilt, regret, or fear of consequences. This is a mind at its most volatile, looping through pain in the solitude of night. Yet the card also whispers of awareness. Pain is known, named, and felt, which is the first step towards release. The light isn't here yet, but the darkest hour always comes before dawn. This is a moment of emotional and mental reckoning, a crucible from which clarity and growth can emerge. So this here is the Nine of Swords. Comment down below if you have any additional interpretations to add. Thank you.